There are more and more people interested in Israel and want to know more about Israeli high-tech innovation, Jewish culture, and Israeli tourism. That's the basic, the focuses of the Chinese people towards Israel.
But we're such a small country. Why is there so much interest for such a tiny little country?
Well, first of all, it's a historical issue because during the Holocaust, our people in Shanghai hosted many Jewish refugees, and there are certain connections in historical perspective. And the second is because of Israeli tech innovation. With China goes to the world buying more companies in Europe countries, in America, and they are beginning to look to other part of the world to see if there are other chances. While Israel is famous for its innovation in such a tiny country, it's kind of a myth for China. So we just wonder why such a tiny place can have so much production about innovation, and it's a mirror to reflect what China needs to do. So that's a perfect connection, I think.
When we read the Times of Israel in English, most of the articles, or a large number of the articles, are about politics, they're about diplomacy, they're about issues of war and peace. Is it the same in the Chinese edition, or do you choose more about some of these issues that you've been discussing, like Startup Nation and about technology and so on?
Our focus is high-tech innovation and China-Israel cooperation, like some Chinese companies buying Israeli companies or collecting funds to invest in Israeli companies. And the second focus is Israeli tourism, because there are new visa policy about China-Israel tourists, a 10-year visa.
Our tourists going to China or the Chinese tourists coming to Israel?
Mutual, 10 years. So Israel becomes the third country that gives such a visa policy towards China, which means there will be more and more people coming here. And the Minister of Tourism set a goal about that there will be 200,000 Chinese per year coming to Israel in the next 2 or 3 years.
Do you think that overall the Chinese are sympathetic or not very sympathetic towards Israel?
I think there are two extremes. For some people who really care about politics, they think Israelis are still occupying. But for some people who really love Jewish culture or they are interested in historical stuff, they think the Jewish nation is really brave and they're really smart. The people are really smart and they have a lot of wit to do business or to survive some difficult times. So these two extremes are kind of conflicting with each other. But in general, there are more and more Chinese thinking Israel is a great country. So the Israeli image is getting better in Chinese media.